Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the broadcast. All 498,000 of you out there. I'm glad you're here. Well, I've got one mega report to share with you regarding our FBI director, Christopher Wray, who has just come out with a nightmare confession that you absolutely need to hear. And I'm talking about a confession which is coincidentally the exact same thing I warned about earlier in October when the war broke out between Israel and Hamas. Now take a listen to what he had to say.
What has now increased is the greater possibility of one of these foreign terrorist organizations directing an attack in the United States. We haven't seen evidence that it's actually happening yet, but what we have seen is, and I listed them off in my opening remarks, one terrorist organization after another calling for attacks.
So we should wake up.
It is a time to be concerned. We are in a dangerous period.
So Christopher Wray is just now admitting that there is a possibility of foreign terrorists directly attacking the United States of America. And he openly says that terrorists are making that threat to our country, which is exactly what I have been stating since, again, the war broke out. I stated that these terrorist attacks could happen in the United States of America. Why? Because our borders are wide open. They don't know who the hell is coming in at the border. In fact, they are admitting that they are unable to track about 1.5 million border crossers who have come into the United States. And I guarantee you there are terrorists that have come in as a result of that. And you know what I think what ticks me off a lot is because mainstream media, when I said weeks ago that we are subject to potentially having terrorist attacks as a result of our border being open and what happened in Israel, when I said that, mainstream media came out and said, oh, don't listen to her. She's a conspiracy theorist. And this is why you should never watch or listen to NBC News. Here is their tweet from October 12th. And here's what it says. Conservative social media influencers have shared speculation with no evidence that attacks in Israel would soon be followed by similar attacks in the United States. The FBI says it has no information indicating a credible terrorist threat against the United States. That's absolutely ridiculous. So I was called a conspiracy theorist with no evidence, but yet here is FBI Director Christopher Wray coming out and admitting that Lisa Haven was right. But that's not all. He admitted it actually gets way worse. Take a listen.
So is the FBI able to track all threats and prevent these individuals from conducting an attack on U.S. soil?
I couldn't say that we were able to detect all individuals. With the people that we know about, as Secretary Rumsfeld used to say, the known, we're quite good at together with our partners. But it is the unknown that I worry about quite a bit.
So, Director Wray, can you say that we do not have either individual foreign terrorists or terror cells affiliated with foreign groups currently operating in the United States?
Well, we're not tracking that, but again, I point back to what it is. The gaps in our intelligence are real, and it's something that we have concerns about.
Wow. Never fear, the FBI is here, but they're not tracking if there's terrorist cells in the United States. And hey, there's gaps. You know, we just have some of these gaps in the FBI. We're not big enough. And no, we can't detect all the individuals. We have no idea what the hell is going on. In fact, they're more worried about tracking those MAGA conservatives. Take a listen.
But as I said a few moments ago, on top of the homegrown violent extremist and domestic violent extremist threat, we also cannot and do not discount the possibility that Hamas or another foreign terrorist organization may exploit the current conflict to conduct attacks here on our own soil. We have kept our sights on Hamas and have multiple ongoing investigations into individuals affiliated with that foreign terrorist organization.
Notice his wording on that. We cannot, rule out the possibility that, domestic terrorists and homegrown extremists, aka that we like to call white supremacists and MAGA and Trump supporters, we can't discount that, nor can we discount the ones by potential actual terrorists on U.S. soil, like, Hamas and these crazy guys that are out there just doing these nasty, evil things. But notice his wording on that. We're too worried about these extremists, domestic extremists here at home. We know who our enemy is. The enemy is not these MAGA supporters. He's too busy going after freaking parents and Trump supporters to worry about terrorists, which screams to me that I think a terrorist attack is all the more likely because the FBI is turning the other cheek and they are openly stating it in a roundabout way in a public forum. I mean, this is BS. Meanwhile, here's a 39-year-old intel analyst. You can make your own assessment on this, but this is on Gateway Pundit where I found it. 39-year-old intel analyst. There will be multiple terrorist attacks in the United States over the next 14th month. Now, I went to his actual Twitter page. I do not know this guy. I don't know anything about him. I don't know Tori Saruga. So I'm just going to leave that there. I'm just going to state what he's saying. And it says, I'm a 39-year-old intelligence analyst. My team's clients include, and you could see right here an entire list from the government, UNESCO, Procter & Gamble, all of these companies, even Exxon. And he says intelligence is never perfect. It's a messy business. And then he goes on to say that the attacks will come in waves for the next 14 months. Now, that is his prediction. I don't know what's going to happen. But what I do know is that we're highly susceptible right now, and we should all be taking precautions. So my advice to all of you is please try to stay out of the big cities as much as you can. I have told my kids I don't want them. I mean, they're in their 20s. They're still old enough to make their own decisions and whatnot, or most of my kids are in their 20s. But I've told them, stay away from concerts, stay away from, mega football games and open stadiums. We're just not in a period of time that those things, in my personal opinion, are safe. I would advise you to stay away from those big kind of outing places. I am personally staying away from them, and stay out of the big city when and if you can. I know there's times I have to go to the city, but if you can, please take precautions. Here's the FBI director, who, by the way, I can't stand, with a 9-foot pole. I hate the guy, but he's not wrong. I warned about this shortly after the attacks that happened in Israel, and I was called a conspiracy theorist. And now, lo and behold, here is the radical leftist, because that is what I believe Christopher Wray is, coming out and making a statement on it. In fact, over in Ohio, did you know that they are conducting simulations for anthrax right now? No joke. Take a look. Gateway Pundit. Ohio conducts statewide simulation of an anthrax attack. It goes on that the simulation was conducted at the historic cruise station in Columbus, Ohio, and consisted of emergency responders dressed in layers of personal protective equipment, testing anthrax in a mock exercise. And you can see some of the information there on that site. So in other words, there are cities and states preparing for some kind of attack, potentially on the United States of America. They were even throwing up signs, I believe it was in New Jersey, according to a report that I put out on Restricted Republic earlier, hopefully you're there, where they were warning see something, say something kind of stuff. But anyhow, please make sure you are ready and take precautions. Now is the time to absolutely do that, and make sure you have food and stuff on hand. But as an extra added precaution, please make sure you are prepared when the crap does hit the fan. And you can prepare by going to lisahavengold.com. This is a Noble Gold Investments website. Dark clouds are gathering as the market starts to shudder. Stocks are sinking. Currencies are tumbling. Fear and uncertainty is being reined in. The Middle East, Ukraine, Taiwan, the debt is endless. Yet one asset is standing firm, and that is gold. Absolutely gold. In crisis after crisis, gold is there in the background. It's enduring value guards against losses like a missile shield against incoming. While paper wealth burns, gold persists. Shield your savings today against these looming threats, against war, recession, contagion, and avoid the frenzied panic of being not prepared. Take control of the chaos. Fortune favors divisive action. Get a hold of gold before it is too late. And right now, Noble Gold Investments is offering, and you can see this on the screen here, this 5-ounce American the Beautiful coin. With every new IRA, claim your free coin today to secure your future as the storm gathers and panic looms. And some of these places you were thinking of for your money, well, is not looking very clear anymore. So secure your future against disaster and check out Noble Gold Investments. Get an IRA and claim your free bullion coin today. But check it out by going to lisahavengold.com. That's lisahavengold.com. Submit the information on that sheet. They'll send you a gold and silver investment guide, or better yet, give them a call at 1-877-646-5347 and let them know that Lisa Haven sent you. Anyhow, I love you all. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.